Adeshemai mami mamu nyina akwaba emamu aha eba UTV so ene ewie premo ato yesisagbo na ante yenhye yemu no kase boya bobo no eno anwumre na no peya ebepem sa bre ne de ama me se memfam se prem to bre kase bobo na da ewie bia enwumakuo bi na aso yasene ama yemu ayedu this way chocolate drink yese de ohia eye ensuhie special ice mineral water na best point saving saloons na say so de ohwe ma ho fosuo ni ade awofa enterprise so ebo ye chidompa enwumakuo bi eka we hu ye na wo mo aso yemu ama yemu ayedu amigina ha mede kase ebo no mu every ship house abeka junction na kasebo no edoso de bedi mu akotene bi enie omampani na adanko akufuado ahye NCC fo se wo mo enhwe na ye modawo emfa ye 1992 constitution no ehu sanso na ye NDC amanyoko no so abodawo se aban for the two dwa se waye kwan bet se 11,000 km no eyade anokra bia eni saasem no emu na adehia womo ewo bromantamu eyekura ye fe no kobedie no womo ekire se womo akwan enye kura aban emehwe na wonsiesie ema womo na emframa jampantrudu ya yato ne din eye Storm Freddy ya eno so atiate se ewo Malawi mamu no wo amanone ensemu ne bekwa kohwe babia ede eye adehia womo Malawi ne so akwakodu nsem bi eka wehu ya editie na edihwe ne semufo asone so se memfamrem so prem to breka se bo ene branda awie mi ami bedi ho chia me eye musomfo adwoa obi ya oben amina yemmo enwura kasebo no emu ye wramu dia na ye ko omampani na adodankwa akufu ado enchen ode atudwa asre National Commission for Civic Education NCC for se womo enhwe emwa na yemmo dawuro mapa emfa ye 1992 constitution ya mamra no yemmo dawuro emfa ho se de be ya wobia emu sa constitution no aten ansan fi se nipa dodo no akasa se yenhwe na yenye amendment na se yen sakraye ewum de ansan ye nyina se oman ye besi ginaye ewo saade no ehuna NCC fo emwa na ye modawu emfa constitution no se brepamu ye nyina ye pese ye sesa no na yakobenkuo mu na ya sesa no.
Welcome you all to Jubilee House, the seat of the nation's presidency. A few moments ago, I saw into office Victor Brobe as the new deputy chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education. I also saw in Simon Ametepe and Bright Kwabla Abodika as members of the commission. They are eminently qualified to fill these positions, and on behalf of the government and the people of Ghana, I congratulate them on their respective appointments. Since its establishment some 30 years ago, the NCC has done its part in helping Ghanaians recognize the importance of their freedoms and civic rights, even though it could still do much better in this regard. Despite concerns raised in some quarters about the effectiveness of the NCC in the discharge of its functions, with some going so far as advocating for its abolition, I am of a different opinion. I believe the NCC continues to be relevant and still has an important role to play in helping establish a culture of awareness in our country in which citizens are alive to their civic responsibilities and duties, especially at this time when irresponsible elements within the body politic are calling for the overthrow of the constitutional order. I assure you of government's recognition as enshrined in Act 452 of the independence of the NCC. I need not remind you all that all of you are not subjected to the direction or control of any person or authority in the performance of your functions, including myself as the head of the executive. At the same time, I will urge you to pursue stakeholder consultation in the successful fulfillment of the Commission's mandate.
Your Excellency, let me begin by expressing our gratitude for giving us the opportunity to serve our nation through the NCCE. As you mentioned to us a few weeks ago when we met, and repeated a few minutes ago, this is a commission of enormous importance, with a long and storied history. Many distinguished Ghanaians have occupied the roles that you have nominated us and appointed us to. So this is indeed a great and singular honor. We have no illusions about the extent of the task that confronts us at the NCC. We have been appointed at the start of what one can describe as the political season, and the presence of politics always complicates the task of the civic educator. Nevertheless, please be assured that we will work hard to justify the trust that you have reposed in us. Our dynamic Commission Chair, Madam Kathleen Addy, has assured us that she intends for us to hit the ground running and has already started apportioning us tasks. And we are very much looking forward to supporting her to achieve the mandates of and the objectives of the Commission as spelled out by the Constitution, which are essentially to create better, more civic conscious citizens and to promote the cause of constitutional democracy in Ghana.
Swa ejina abankesie mu eho na omampani Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ahye Electoral Commission enkuran se mema wo mu enjaja wo mu ho kura ema obia anase political party amanyuko bia ehunahuna wo mu ewo oman Ghana mu wo mu nyina wo mu na so pintin se de be ya 2024 elections no wo mu de hyehepa ebegu form amano akoso yie pa.
Let me welcome you all to Jubilee House, the seat of the presidency of our country. Newly sworn-in members of the Electoral Commission, I have to start by congratulating you all warmly on your well-deserved appointment to the Electoral Commission. You have come into office some 21 months to the holding of the 2024 elections, and at a time where our country seeks to entrench her credentials as the beacon of democracy in Africa. It is the quality of your work that will reassure the Ghanaian people that the democratic system of government that they have chosen for their governance will be properly nurtured by an electoral system that allows their voice to be plainly and loudly heard. It is no secret that I have spent most of my adult life fighting for the establishment of democracy and human rights in this country. And I've always fought for and advocated for a credible electoral process in Ghana. In emphasizing the importance and credibility of elections, it must be pointed out that the count, the collation, the declaration of results cannot and should not be more important than the sacred God-given right of a citizen casting his or her ballot. I have said it before and I will repeat it. Elections are about those who cast the vote, not those who count, not those who supervise, not those who transmit, and not those who declare. The heart of the democratic process is giving effect to the choices made by those who cast the vote. The three persons I have sworn in a few moments ago as members of the Electoral Commission are persons I am confident will bring integrity, professionalism, and independence and fairness of mind to the discharge of their duties.
Mr. President, we also accept this appointment in the symbolism of a fresh journey ahead of us, a journey to meet the high expectations of the various stakeholders, especially the over 32 million Ghanaians. This is not an appointment that one will take it lightly, especially looking at how important and sensitive the work of the Commission is. We are therefore aware of the massive responsibilities and tasks that come with it. We want to state that we are poised and more prepared to deliver and contribute to the development of our democracy, especially in this digital era. Our major source of motivation is also based on the high level of confidence that Mr. President and members of the Council of State have reposed in us. We will therefore bring our expertise and our background to support the work of the Commission so that Ghana's democracy will continue to be the first in the sub-region. We will be consultative and objectively take decisions that will benefit all Ghanaians. We will work with all stakeholders, including the legislature, the judiciary, the civil society, political parties, government agencies, the media, and the good people of Ghana to build a robust, free, fair, and transparent electoral system for Ghana.
Na enra UPSA Monten so na NDC amanyekuo no efense mtrofo nhyiamude de ebetu dwase wo mo eche oman te bia nkasa ye wom na chese true state of the nation address no wo mo ebekenkan echere na no na wo mo echem se omampani na dankwa kufado wabra na wo kan so na ewo oye mrahye bedwam no de betu dwase waye ekwan pole 11,000 kilometers ewo man Ghana mu na NDC amanyekuo se hefa na saa kwan no ewo wo mo ahwehwa wo mu ba saa kwan no ewa opani a wugina simpie so ekasa ye chairman ma NDC amanyekuo no Owura Johnson Asiedu Nkatia.
Despite being the luckiest and most resource government in Ghana's history, the Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP government has the least to show in terms of socio-economic development. This is because the MPP has used all your money mainly for consumption. This is contrary to the president's claim that his government has used a large amount of the monies we borrowed on roads and construction. The president knows he deliberately misled Ghanaians with this claim because he's aware that only a minute amount of the overall resource envelope that has accrued to his government since 2017 has been used for the construction and rehabilitation of roads in this country. The truth is that only an abysmal 1.6% of the total resource envelope of 820 billion Ghana cedis has been spent on roads by this government. Official government of Ghana records show that a whopping 93% of the 820 billion Ghana cedis has been spent on consumption, including Akufo-Addo's 20,000 euros an hour luxurious private jet travels across the world, hired over several months at the expense of the taxpayer. It is a tragedy that the president will classify routine minor road repairs such as resealing, reshaping, pothole filling, regraveling, and even the silting of gutters as new road construction. The claim that this government has constructed over 11,000 kilometers of new roads is false and should be completely disregarded. The president should hang his head in shame.
Yeda soa ewo NDC for akache na national organizer ema NDC amanyuko no Owura Joseph Yamin ne obepie mu ewo UTV studios ha ewo adechensoma dwumadie so nam so ne Owura Agya Kwabena etwetwe nkomo ewo adechensoma show no eso ne no na opani eba betu Joseph finance minister wo my Ghana mu Owura Ken Ofori Ata na nka wo mu hwenim so opani obaye obetimi abeboa atoto yensi kasem yie pa nanso opani ebaye wo hwe ne ma hodo a waye ene hyehya odi agufom a ameboa yankura sesia enam so ama oman ye kwakoto di chibu a tese wo hwe se de niema ekwa niema enkoyie kra efa yensi kasem ho.
There's no money in the system. Yensi kasem bibia say to the point that Abayno can assure you of Ibetua Okan, the next morning you go, there's no worker. The revenue targets of Abayno are not being achieved. Meanwhile, continuously, he still gives us a hope. And I'm surprised that Nana Danko Akufo-Addo doesn't see wisdom in the amount for or more experts in these fields are saying. Yeah? The appointment of a Ghanaian in UK, so yeah, finance minister, within that 1 month period, the pound shall say follow to say Ghana cedi follow. Yeah. The confidence in the British economy never down. The day now we Ghana in Ifro, that day if you watch the the news, you get to find out that pound has CSA revival. After that, have you heard of any ailing of the British this thing? No. Because they are all amanphobia in your confidence and the best thing you do is to take him from because you're on. So it said this finance minister, justify say no when they said we have the men, not knowing say they don't even have children, not to talk of men. Because apart from him, will be any MPP more onim nyansa to solve the problems we have.
Sana wajiri ya wana.
And then you be what? You be there janu ho. Look, this man clear say he's not seeing top on Huso. Why do you still keep Obia on Huso at post when they raise issues that demands existence? Magana ye conform, ye BBA conform, ye even the bond market. We are not raising it only for them to come and tell us that NDC for now or more than the people are not subscribing. This is a finance minister who says, he said, on Jaketua, he's serving the country. Ghana for now will serve or mun say you are incompetent. Kwa was Mr. Mamintina Hokakra. Yeah, no one one year out to a what is there? That another Danko Akufo will tell us a man for almost a young pamuno, a Juma or more pet. Is it not evident, clear? Say Ghana's economy has come to a halt. Look at it right there, press conference. We're able to tell you that in 2016, a bag of bro, 25 kg, now 40 Ghana cedis. Today, it is 300 Ghana cedis. And then another Danko Akufo-Addo. Under the current finance minister.
Are we in normal times?
How can we? It can't go in normal times. You see, I didn't when it is only when the MPP are in office. In the Matthew 24, a year relevant.
Na concern MPP delegate phobia warmo ewo second takrade ewo Western region tra. MPs a warmo ewo mashebedwom wo yi omanim fili se womo support flag bearers bi eno no emwa amanyokuo no kura na womo hwese de niema ekwa 2024 de empapa mu kase pa ene beba grassroots fo no entem ewo sa kwan no eso
ya pele ke MPs ne woma pepaye inye juma na MPP party no anya dam na wade shas anya dam na wade tete anya dam na wade brother party no aye unity and fair ene edi ejuma nti dam na epede MPC na awayawe na otase there onfin there kwa no wama candidate na fair playing ground no pepe yendezi na obiala engine neutral dem be pay no do ye no e do na se
bia na dem delegate no wenye ebi woni mu de dem da anmpome nkwade mi de late mi nyede nti dem nyama no so no ye wo TV bi so a yete wo ground so a mo sa delegate no wol kasa no on bo party no nti e pede say MP a ma wususu na bebia wo no on hye wutirim
aba na yele kwoto no yentu MP aba yentu region aba yentu constituency aba yele kwoto national presidential flag bearers ye kwoto ward aba nti ye say MP bia there on tinofom no mo use MP bia there MP ni setumi ni MP a MP ni botum we influence ni delegate woni constituency it's not true and ya dia obey adwuma you pray ka MPs there want to be want to be na delegate for no ye ada here then ye pe
na national chairman Emma NDC amanyokuo no wo abra na all kind true state of the nation address e wo UPSA enra no wo sign EDP so say o kan plane enye plane fa say o mampani nana adodanko Akufo-Addo COVID-19 fans ni sika eba mu no e yade a wo mo aye ne basabasa pa.
President Akufo-Addo's misguided declaration that nothing dishonorable was done with the COVID funds adds to the litany of failed attempts to conceal the rot that has left many scandalized following the publication of the special audit report in COVID-19 funds by the Auditor General of Ghana. First, it was the Attorney General pretending to take umbrage to the publication of the report. Then comes the Chief Corruption Clearing Agent himself, even before the said report is considered by Parliament. how does President Akufo-Addo reasonably expect Ghanaians to accept as honorable the Auditor General's finding that COVID-19 related payments totaling more than 543 million Ghana cedis were made to various service providers outside of the Ghana Integrated Financial Management Information System in clear violation of Regulation 61 of the Public Financial Management Regulation 2019 LI 2378. How? Mr. President, I put it to you that there is everything dishonorable with the finding by the Auditor General that a company known as Modern Security Printers Limited, which was awarded a contract to conduct public education on COVID-19 safety protocols for students at an outrageous cost of 1.5 million Ghana cedis, has been paid in full for no work done. I further put it to you, Mr. President, that there is everything dishonorable with the damning finding by the Auditor General that cash payments totaling almost 12 million Ghana cedis to caterers who provided hot meals during the 3 weeks of partial lockdown were all retired with honor certificates instead of receipts, and that other COVID-19 related payments to caterers totaling 5.6 million Ghana cedis were neither backed by receipts nor honor certificates.
Sɛ atiefo bɛkae a bosome kakra mu enie na eba monten sabrantie bi a ye frɛ no Frank Osei ofri Canada mamu abepie mu ɛwɔ my Ghana mu ama yakwa kohuna mu ɛwɔ Ashalibotwe School Junction potem ho wabro kokosra wura bi a na ye frɛ no Safina ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Ashalibotwe empotem ho asɛm no bɛyɛ deja nam so ɛma yekohuna mu ɛwɔ mpotem ho nam so ama sesi a menemu kasai no ɛyɛ Attorney General ɛna afɛ Ministry of Justice for wo mu ayehwehwemu ahwɛ docket ni mu ama sesi ano womo agye atumu abo awura no sobo se wono ne nsa so ene nam a abrante no eti nananom ewo ensiedo.
July 2022 ena yanti asemude abra eye Ghana ni edehye baako no akwakotra Canada wo bɔ ne bra honoma owura Frank Osei obepie mu ewo Accra afe ade chinya yese owura yi nkrofo bi afa koti kwan so ekunu ya ne no ena policefo eye nhwehwemu a wo mo eche ewuraba bi a ye frɛ no Safina Mohammed Adizatu a no mususu se saa abaye enim ho bi enkyeremu no ekyerɛ se Frank Osei no ewuraba yi ye nempra a wokɔ ne ho ne no na anadwo de suo mu ebinum ebɛka ne ho ɛma wo mo de sekan ɛwowɔ owura yi kɔpem so owu ya wo de che ɛkyekyere na emoja ɛpram no ɛno ɛkyere wo ma ebeto abɔntene ɛwɔ ne car na wapake ɛwɔ efie honom ɛno na policefo wo mo enkran etimi ye ehwehwemu a ewuraba a yɛfrɛ no Safina Mohammed wo mo ɛkye no na afe ɛyɛ abrantie bi so a no no so ka yɛfrɛ no Mike Fifi Ampofo akono ɔno so ɔmo ɛkye no na mra wo mo edi asɛm ɛkɔ ɛyɛ Adenta District Court no ɛna Attorney General Department wɔn agye se ɔmo hwɛ docket mu na wɔtwe awie yɛ asɛm no kopie mu wɔ Adenta Court no Attorney General ɛdi advice na ba wɔse kwan a wɔn si ɛfa so ekum owura Frank Osei no yɛmfa soboɔ no ɛmmɔ ɛyɛ Safina Mohammed wɔn ɛncharge no for murder afe ɛyɛ abranteɛ baako a wɔn so ɛka asɛm no Mike Fifi fo akono deɛ Attorney General for ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ ade a wɔn ɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu from your friends of forensic investigations no ento ono de Attorney General enyansi ginaye se kwadu ben na yemfa emono na enche pi na Frank Osei omuku ne yayaye ne maame eye madam asemtrefo nhemudi a na wo sre Attorney General se wo munya ne ntep sre be ya atentene ne ebetimi aba na emra asemi ekọ ewiye no UTV nsemtrefo ene madam Ajua Bedu ai ne ba na omu ekuni na afi ne nua ba ono so your friend Vivian ya ata atwetwe ensemu enkomo ema omo kire mu sei
me de made srede to abaye nim se me ba ne wi a wawu no me gitu se Safina ne ni da ne ho na wakum me ba no ti aban wonhwe na wonye ho nokure ema me na me lawyer ne makasa se ye de awudie ko adu abo Safina enti se wakum nipa de ya deɛ di kan no me di aseda ma abai na misra abai sɛ masɛm a mede to n'anim no waba mu ama me no ɛnokorɛ na mesra aba sɛ ɔni ma me menka sɛ abai ni nsisi no na wɔn so ne maame nsu na nokorɛ no na hia me sɛ abai bɛhwɛ ama me sɛ wontimi nhu wɔ bi amfa no nto wo dɛ mani ni ɛnam yɛnsa mahunu sɛ sɛ fina yi na dida ho enti sɛ abai de sɛ akɔ adu na bɔ no a wɔnkɔ so na atɛntene ni a ɛwɔ asɛm no mu biara no wɔnkɔ so na wɔnyɛ ma me me sɛ sɛ fina yi na dida ho sɛ fina adu mi gyantia o ma bere wa me da wom
sɛ yɛhwɛ ɛkwan a safina de me nua no fa so sɛ nyɛ safina nkwan na betumi ayɛ saa de no menim de wi me nua bɛma na hoɔden siteɛ de wi ne nyina so siteɛ obi a woni me nua bɛma no bia nim sɛ safina nkwan ntimi ani me nua bɛma na wuda enti yɛsra ban sɛ wɔm kɔso amfa ne nansi fam na nipa biala wɔ hyɛ akyire biala nipa biala ɔka wɔ wuo no biala aban hwehwɛ mu nkɔso anya adwuma me deɛ minim sɛ safina nkwan ntimi kumi nua bɛma ne da enti yɛsra ban sɛ ɔnsan kɔso ama ne hwehwɛ mu nya dɛ anya adwuma na nipa biala wɔka safina ho a wɔm di saa nyamansam no ɔmfa asotwe sɛ fata ɛmfa ma wɔ mu
na Oma US no na nam sini ya o my Ghana my US ambassador to Ghana His Excellency Virginia Palmer Edin nsa ahyentiase apomase ama ye National Health Insurance Authority for wo mo eka ho bi na ntiase apam no 5 years partnership a sika ewo so $5 million wo mo kyese wo mo de beboa ama scheme no atimi atoto ne niema ye se de be ya pomde ho sem ya wo mo eboa ewo my Ghana mu no atumi adimu.
One of the key things we've all identified when we had some backroom conversation with Ambassador is that the National Health Insurance Authority pays an average of 130 million Ghana cedis every month to hospitals across Ghana. That comes to about 1.45 billion annually injected in the healthcare sector. Yet sometimes the impression that goes out there is that for months hospitals don't even get a dime. So what we would be doing very soon, and I'm happy that the board has approved this policy, we are about to launch a sunshine policy, which aims or has the objective of throwing light on what we pay to facilities in the country. So that as media men, next week when we launch this, you know the website to go, the link. When you click, you have access to the file, and you know that Rich Hospital, in the month of March, was paid, let's say, 100 million Ghana cedis by the National Health Insurance. Even if that is for care they provided last year in November, at least you know that this month they got that amount of money. And we intend to upload all the files last year from January 2022 to the payments that we will make this month so that there will be transparency.
Government's implementation expansion of the social protection programs such as the free SHS, the LEAP, the school feeding program, and the National Health Insurance Scheme is a clear demonstration of government's commitment to social mobility. It is therefore gratifying that the National Health Insurance System Strengthening Project is designed to achieve measurable good quality health outcomes, increase membership, and for the sustainability of the National Health Insurance Scheme as well. We believe that the project, which will be implemented with USAID funding of about $6.73 million, is also to ensure that health providers adhere to standard treatment guidelines and protocols.
You know, it's a partnership agreement which is part of health system strengthening. So we're going to help the National Health Insurance Authority and the National Health Insurance Scheme to have more data and be able to make plans and policies more effectively because of that data, and also to be able to share that data with stakeholders. And that means, you know, hospitals and clinics and the media, so that you know how money's being spent and people know that it's being spent well, so that the system will be very sustainable. It's a very strong partnership with the National Health Insurance Authority. The National Health Insurance Scheme is the envy of the world. We've also been very concerned that in these tough economic times that there is medicine available in the hospitals and clinics, and that the National Health Insurance Scheme is getting the money from the National Health Insurance Levy, for example, and from policyholders. We're glad that the government of Ghana is prioritizing health and health care, because that's essential to economic recovery and prosperity. And it's very important that basic medicines and vaccines and HIV treatments, for example, continue to be available so that Ghana's people stay healthy and can get more and more prosperous.
Na oswafo abedi echi ohwe ensase ene obade ne pa atwa ho ahia so honorable Benito Owusubio e de atudwa se ye bo ensase ene yakwaye bretu ho ban pa de eda omampani na adanko akufuado abasopa anase na koma so evisa wo hwe senhyehyɛ ahodo ode aba ye agese yenka ne yanikura enko ache nuadua ne ahodo a ekokoso ye tree planting exercise a aban ede aba a ekyerese wo ye enkwaye no ho aho ensem akoma papa anase da na koma so e wo my na opani e de sansem we nyina etudwa wabra forestry commission for no edi International Day for the Forester wogina so e de sansem we nyina etudwa.
Ghana now exchanges gold for oil in light of depreciation and inflation. The Vice President says that with a new gold for oil policy that Ghana has adopted, the nation will save $4.8 billion a year, money that could go into more substantive things like helping to alleviate poverty, providing education, etc. for other people. Trees that are cut down from mining in the forest can also be processed to make toothpicks, desk tables, instead of having to import more and more of these. So we are not just going to mine and then leave the trees, we are going to make use of that.
We have to understand that Ghana is not safe at all. We are in an environmental crisis. We have lost 60% of primary forest cover from 1950 to the turn of the last century, and that is 2.7 million hectares, ladies and gentlemen. Ghana is currently a net emitter of carbon dioxide emissions, and we therefore contribute to the global imbalance of greenhouse gases. What Achimota fails to understand is that everything exists in a balance. At the very moments that you respire, the very moment you spark your car, you release carbons into the atmosphere. Panel, when the carbon goes into the atmosphere, it does not cross its leg and then it sits there. It acts as greenhouse gases and it depletes the ozone layer. But this is not something we can throw away, because the depletion of the ozone layer would mean that the numbers will increase. Already, at the coastal regions, we have about 45,000 Ghanaians which are affected by floods as a result of increasing level of the sea rising.
Ya ka abanya ahwe ami adua nnua ama afesusu ya bo forest ho banya aban biye ni wo ebeto no. Won efiri emra yenya independent ebesi ne aban no ayere ne ho adua nnua esen aban biya eba before ono. What you say? And no say aban we die efa sa afforestation na die ye begusu ni aye na nya yanko ni aye ya timi aye adma Ghana fo nyina age atom se ehia se ye bedua ndua. It's education na akofom no no na aboa
forest protection or ye oniama be say initiatives be say 4. You know, first one education sensitization say ni aye na ye bodehuru any microphone kasa about the importance of the forest and education about the forest and no one any ahimfo ni omo ben forest no so educate how important the forest and the benefits that they get from the forest. Second one and the other benefits on aside from timber. Any mine some of those activities to make say if we lose the forest, it may affect cocoa. Need the other things that benefit from the forest.
Na Majority Chief Whip, we are no aso na ye mahye bedwam ni ema nsanwam adoadwiri Honorable Frank Anodompre wono na kese na wo chese sensakraye mapabi etimi ekoso wo Pan African Parliament yitwanetia ekase papo no wo mo ehihye emu sesesi na esesanko mutimi nya oversight responsibility bi wo African Union ekuo no emu nanso wo munya saa kwanya no enam so masesia nipa wo mo anasa ekuo a wo mu ni sia kan pa Permanent Representative Council ya eno no emwa
Mr. President, I proceed on the presumption that our representatives are fully representing the African Union. That is a reasonable presumption I want to start from. Because we want to vent, not in vain, but we want to vent with an ultimate aim of changing the status quo. We want to vent with an ultimate aim of setting a signal clear, not only to the AU, but to the entire continent, that we've come of age. And it's time for us to be recognized as such. Mr. President, it's important we don't overly simplify the matter. What is at stake is critical. And I hear colleagues with the greatest of respect making reference to budget. The matter at stake is not just about budget. Budget is a microscopic aspect of it. It's just one aspect of the entire greater concern that we are talking about. And not back our mandate of oversight. That is why the PAP was formed. And nobody should tell me any theories. That is what it is. From whichever way you view it, we have an oversight. It's backed by protocol. Nobody will take it away from us. We will demand that. And we'll make that suggestion to you with the greatest of respect, that let that oversight powers be given back to PAP. That is my first suggestion. I recall the day we elected you. There were many who doubted it. The Bureau has justified your inclusion. You have proven that indeed the confidence we reimpose in you is justified. And we want to make an appeal to the African Union and all the agencies of African Union that the gone were the past. When PAP will come here and we'll be fighting. PAP comes to a session and we are fighting. For a long time we are not fighting again. We as an institution are making conscious effort to reform ourselves. That is why we change our rules of procedure. That is why for a long time, for many years, the PAP and the PRC were not meeting. But through the leadership of our president, the new Bureau, they struck that understanding. And there is a cross-fertilization and a working together. We beg you in the name of God.
Na mashebedwamni ema adentan abatuo mpesua so Honorable Muhammad Adamu Ramadan menemo kase NDC4 ebuemu no se obi a opese obetu nya franka po opese oye parliamentary candidate bia ema wo mo ewa abatuo mpesua ahodo no eso no pani ekokofa form so no ebie a menemo kase wafili bibia awie ya nyankopon adoma 13th May ewo busu afia busum yedidi yanimu ya mu no wo mo ebeto saaba no ayi wo mo na eno no wawie a wafili bibia wie ne delegate ene achitafo a wo mo wo abatuo mpesua no so wo mabo na chidom enam so ma nomination forms wo kofa ya wafili bibia wie no wo de akwakopie mu ewo constituency office ho a sesia bibia atodin ewo ho
Abro no munyamfo Muhammad Adamu Ramadan wode ne krate ko no nipa dodo na ne gitwi age trede anwom to ne dede odidi nachi Urumunyamfo ne kasa yemno na wo chirema wedi adanse pefe se modern bo wabo e wabato mpiso aso no aso amanfo nani no gidie se amanfo no bekoso ato abade ama no manadwumadin a wo ye e de aso made hye no wakoso atumu nkyene
every election I yebeko bia wa denta yesesa your member of parliament nanso me sure say afi we de given what I see and the ankrofo ka kire me no me wo gidi se afi we nso nyankopon be kasa NDC for ebe yimi as omo parliamentary candidate na 2024 no nyankopon asan kasa biom na nkunimde aye dia I'm very confident say sa one term no afi ye betwom every election has some level of tension kakra but me there maka chairman me nkrofo ma sure mo boss say I'm going to run a very clean campaign enya dia medidi obi atem I'm going to speak on issues na nipa sa o message na uni mejuma waya ehun hia se boka ko gina ba bi edidi obi atem it's only when you don't have a message who need the abeka and now we go to baby edidu bi atem nti meme de mene nkrofo makacho almost say let us run a very clean campaign because at the A10 election we are about to year ye nyina ye be hia say ye be kan bom ni akon ekun
ne kokura mu no ade hye bia na edide ne nwom to edi onu munyamfo Muhammad Adamu Ramadan achi no UTV kase bo ye ne ye bi ekasai
Sesia opie na meka chense two times here opese okon menti ase obakọ 5 times adenta obaye enya 2 times no sa di be siesie adenta obesiesie adenta ani prenim sa Ramadan be siesie adenta onyamba ye kura ototo cars e chenkrofo ototo nuama de chenkrofo onyamba ye kura onye wini ye kura wa unipa be wini na wabamoska wa unipa be fasei wabamoska mi kura mi yari ye ekoda Legon Hospital sika obe yigu ho no enya sanke 20 Ramadan wo ye mi ba mi si obe wini 5 times na 5 times no adenta for be musa an Ramadan we wini ampa
na ye kasi obi owo 2 years in power all the car loan
eda koko G grader eda maye a grader ni ye dwuma maye nipa sa no wo ye de na osesa no ebi nsida ya nya MPs abako me ye from Sheriff MP bia ba wo ndisi bia me di nechi me o makwala na MP we de wa ye no me hu bi da edu asare na me ye nakwala ashimo na me ye nakwala Ramadan su me ye nakwala de o ye no me hu bi da ana ye kasi suban pa obi o wa hu o tima ema delegate o tima ema obi bia no ene ni Ramadan.
This is an MP first time in parliament who has sacrificed himself to purchase a grader for the constituency. This is an MP, even in opposition, who has sacrificed a lot to make sure that people of Adenta are okay. We talk about street light, we talk about drainage, we talk about grading, we talk about scholarships across the constituency. And I think if without this is the mandate of an
na empanifo a wo mo edatema West Municipal Assembly ano ede atudwases quarters ya wo mo ewo Tespo market no emu no wo mo ebehwe ne yi wo mo nyina afi wo ne nyina ene se aban de ba monten se agenda 111 hospitals ahodo wo ba besie no wo mo eba behwe apamia ahodo a wo mo ebesi sade no na tema West importam ho no ba bia wo mo yesi ho a wo mo ba besi sa hospital no eye Tespo market no importam eho nti wo mo ho a wo mu nimra kwan so ya wo makofhwe ede wo niema hodo akwakosisi wo mo tete ho no wo mo eba behwe ayi ni nyina afi wo pani ode sansem we nyina tudwa eye aban krache pani wo tema West eye honorable Anana Adukoi Ado wono ene de sansem yi etudwa.
His Excellency the President, also Agenda 111, also on see hospitals across the country, the regions, or the districts across the country. Now, Tema West, you need hospital. And so when this opportunity came, I grabbed it. I say no, say Asasi over here, difficult for us to get it. But who say Tespo market is here. She in Koso over the years. Usha squatters on Hafa, and what the conditions over here is not the best. In paying for Baha and share we can get about 9 acres for them to build the Agenda 111 hospital over here. I had no market na basa. You want to put it in good shape. If I say you're fine. So that is why we are here. And from here, any market for traders, no mobile casa. So all of us come together and work as a team so that I have better fefe. And every time they tell them that and she said, oh, because me relocate to buying better me relocate to be and say so money now, baby, I'm moving to me now, baby, I'm to me now. They should try, and I don't know where they came from, but they are here. And so whatever it is, they should try as much as possible to know that the whole community. A hospital need Tema West. From Ajay Kojo, Obia called Tema General Hospital, Polyclinic, Baku Government Polyclinic, Baku Ewa Tema Community too. Obia call the hospitals are now private. And adding, and it is very important that we have a hospital over there. That's the picture I am looking at. And now they should cooperate with us so that we will be able to build this hospital for them.
Menyina we so na menkwaje aboafo nkrato emra meba bongo di fara e de agudie mu nsem bebrem ti menko ba bia ye twa ye ho abasesia.